Okay, so guys, remember last week and I told you we had to finish that assignment learning about computer skills, inserting text boxes, images. I said we were going to have an interactive notebook. Here it is. This is what we're going to work out of pretty much the remainder of the year. We're going to have one for each unit. So for this unit, we are starting off with exploration and colonization. So like Christopher Columbus and things like that, Jamestown. So that's what we're doing. Now, it's really small right now, and I realized that something was missing on the assignment on Friday, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So right here, there is a zoom button. Now you can just hit that continuously, and it continuously zooms, and it just keeps going, going, and going, but you have to come back here and click off of it to be able to get the arrow to come back. Or you can actually fit a percentage. I'm going to do 100, so it's much easier to read. So you can put your name right here. It's going to be stored in your Google Drive that we have. So this is what this interactive notebook is going to look like for the remainder of the year. So if we come here to the next page, we have the table of contents. So the table of contents is going to tell you on what page or what slide, and this is just giving an example of what's going. So for example, page 2, colonial map. Every time we do something, we're going to come here and put it in there. So I say, when we're reviewing and you're trying to remember something, I'm saying, look for this. You can come to the table contents, find it, go and look what slide number it is, and find it much easier than scrolling and be like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So it's much easier than this. Moving on to slide number 3. This is known as the student learning report. This is done at the very end of a unit. So we've got multiple things to hear. So we've got processed tools to know, using and evaluating sources. So right here, I can differentiate between local and use valid primary and secondary sources. Can you check that off? We're not actually going to check it off on here. This is going to be more of a mental note, but you are going to do this on here and mental note check, because it's just going to be hard to put a little text box and check it off. But we can add some notes right here and add a text box. I can organize and interpret information. Understanding vocabulary and terms. I can use social studies terminology correctly. Can you? Yes or no? So I need to correct myself here. We go beginning, middle, and end. Can you check off yes, yes, yes? So the unit is split up into 4 sections. We've got 4 sections in this unit. Reasons for exploration and early colonization. Why did they start going out and looking for new land? Physical and human geography of the colonial region. So when they actually finally settled, what was the geography like? So physical geography makes sense, like land and things like that, but human geography would be things like religion. So that's what it means by human geography. And then the economics of the colonial region. So specifically, when we separate the 13 colonies, they're separated into 3 regions. Each one is specifically known for making money in different ways. So we're going to learn how they're going to make it in different ways. 4th one, representative government and its growth. This is where representative government starts to form. So things like the Mayflower Compact, things that the founding fathers look back on and use to create our government. This is where it starts to do it. So we will look at all these things. And then we can write notes right here. And then again, we've got a little checkup. Do you know this at the beginning, middle, or end? Process, ways to show. Analyzing information. I can analyze information in a variety of ways. The next one. This is a different type of vocabulary. Usually it's called the linked vocabulary. These are very, very important words. So we've got 3 right here for this unit. We've got colonize, persecution, and revenue. All of them have the same thing. You've got a story/context, meaning how does it fit in the unit? Not a definition, because we've got a definition right here. Why is it so important to the unit? We need a reminding word, so I'm going to help you out with this one with revenue. What is a reminding word for revenue? For those that don't know, money. Revenue is money. And then illustration of context. Usually in the past, we would have it drawn. Can't do that this year. Good thing you know how to insert a picture now, don't you? So we'll just start inserting pictures for something to help you understand what that means. And then we've got this one right here of just normal vocabulary. You see, we've got exploration, region, mercantilism, and it already gives you the definition here. So on this one, we've given you the 12 definitions right here. But on this one, this is where we're going to go and fill it out. Oops. So we will fill this out. So we will insert a text box. So when we come to Jamestown, Plymouth, the Catholics, the Puritans, Pilgrims, Quakers, transatlantic slave trade, all of this, we're going to add our own definition to this. And then this is what the remainder of our notebook is going to look like. So this is some of the assignments that we could possibly going to do, not possibly, we're going to do, and how it looks like. So again, some readings, insert text box right here. Who were, and we've got all these things right here, and this is what it's going to look like. Now, I could add some things to it and ask you add the slide later. So keep that in mind. We could add some assignments or take some assignments out here too. So this notebook could always be changing. So this isn't set in stone either. So if we wanted to add something for you to understand some to help, solidify some information, I could take something out or add something. We could always do it, and then I will show you how to add it to your notebook. Again, this is going to be stuck in your Google Drive. When I am going to ask that we turn stuff in, but I'm not going to ask you to turn the notebook in every single time. This is how it's going to work. I'm going to say certain assignments are done by a certain date, and then you've got to have these assignments done by a certain date. You're not turning in the entire notebook. We'll turn the entire notebook in at the very end of the unit for it to be finalized. So you just sit there. I can actually go through and look at your notebooks while you're working on them through Google Classroom and actually see if you're doing the work or not. So we don't need to turn it in every single time. Again, I'm going to say it again. Do not need to turn it every single time we do an assignment. You just sit there, you do it, and you're done, and you can close the tab. All right, guys, this is what our notebook's going to look like. Again, it usually was a physical one here, but with how COVID is, things are going to change, and we have to adapt with it. So this isn't going to be easy. There's going to be some bumps in the road. If you get confused, don't get frustrated. I'm going to have some bumps in the road with this as well. So again, don't get frustrated with this. This is all new to me as well, new to you using all this. It's just one of those things that we're going to get through it together, okay?